Are we live? Why is it frozen? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here with me. My name is Milan Krnjetin. As some of you may know, I'm also the founder of 10 Fitman, the academy. We are still looking forward to actually open the center here in Shanghai. So that gave me a lot of challenges recently, but we will not give up on that. It's going to happen. So, how is everybody doing? Let me know what are your tennis goals and how we can help you get closer. If you can see that I put today's title and the topic for this live, performance in matches, both good performance and also underperformance. I would like to touch on that. And as always, everybody, all of you, I see you, Roman. I see you, Squirrely. I see you. Who do I see else on YouTube? Okay, nobody commented yet. I see you, Raxovilavlevich. Sorry, I cannot read very fast here. Everybody's welcome to contribute. You can send any message in the chat box, any question. Hopefully, it can be within the topic, which is performances in matches. It's always very, very interesting, very fascinating to talk about this. So what I would like to do is to talk about maybe some of the experience I had, and then through some stories, I would like to address certain points. However, everybody, again, is welcome to send a message in the chat here. I would really like to focus on that as well. So these kind of questions are really welcome today. For example, I had a match 2 weeks ago and the opponent was playing very fast, and the match just happened in an instant. I didn't know what to do. It was so quick and I was completely lost. I had this problem. Is there anything I could do better next time? Something like this. If you have some question like that you actually address the problem you had in your not necessarily recent match, maybe the match you had 2 years ago, some match that's on your mind, maybe the match against one of your biggest rivals, and it really drive you nuts, it makes you crazy. Now it's the moment you share this with us. Hopefully your opponent, your rival, is not also here live watching, because then they will know, right, that you are, well, nothing bad there. Of course, you're trying to figure it out. So I will start with my story, and if anybody has questions and you want to share your experience and your problem related to the match, the tennis match, it's great. I would be so happy, because then I really know I can help somebody, even though the stories I will share and then some tips, I'm sure they will help a lot of you, but it will be also great to help like specifically some of you, and then yeah, it will make my day and hopefully also make your day or evening or morning. Okay, so let me start. Oh, there's literally hundreds of matches. Hundreds of matches. How to choose from? How to choose? Do you guys want to hear some matches from earlier childhood, from teenager times, or you want to hear about the matches in the second part of my career when I played futures, and also the college tennis? So I'm kind of in between these two, something from the childhood in a younger age, or maybe as an adult, as a professional player. because it's a bit different types of problems maybe. So whichever you think it will suit better, I'm gonna wait for at least two suggestions, two answers, and then hopefully they match. It's not like somebody says, okay, can you talk about your childhood, your teenager times, and then somebody says, you know, the second part of the career. Come on, guys, are you following? You make me feel like I'm talking to a bunch of kids. Like I had some sessions, and they're like 7 years old. I'm not even sure if they can listen properly, which I expect them to. So here I'm also expecting that everybody who's watching, that you stay. Oh, we got an answer. We got one answer. Thank you so much, Chun. Thank you so much. Professional matches, great. Okay, so let's see if somebody else confirms, even though I'm gonna slowly start thinking about it. Whew, the professional matches. Oh God, also there are so many, so many. I want to address a problem. I know it's because it's not easy, right, to focus on something that maybe stands out. There are so many different factors, so many different matches, different days you have, opponents, and then it's a lot of things mixed. So I'll wait maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and meanwhile we have a comment here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Why Cheng? I'm not asking you why Cheng. It's the name is Why Cheng. I'm playing club league in Germany. There are always 1 or 2 matches in the season that I completely lost my mind and playing with fears of losing. Great, great topic, and it's kind of related to today's theme, which is performance in matches. So I really appreciate it. That's very common, and we'll definitely address that. Now, let me talk about something that could be also related to that, and it is in the second half of the career, which is when I was playing the professional matches. Phew. It's just tough. I should have thought about it a bit earlier and then really choose something that can stand out. Well, okay, the first thing that came to my mind are so there were few matches that were kind of similar, and that is when you start playing professional tennis, you have to start with playing qualifying draws, which means you're playing the qualifying tournament and you are competing with all the other players, also maybe without ranking or with the lower ranks, and then they are also battling through the qualifying draw. You have to win 2 or 3 matches, depends on the tournament, depends on the number of players, and then you are ready, you're hungry for matches, and you're hungry to win, and of course to qualify for main draw, because then you maybe have a chance to win finally ATP points and become ranked player, and then from there move on, maybe become a seed in the next tournament in the qualifying draw. So it becomes a little bit easier as you start collecting those ATP points. Now here's where I'm going. I played a few of these, it's called futures tournaments. When I played, there was the prize money was $10,000. I think nowadays it's different. I didn't check for a while. I'm sure the prize money changed. A few years ago, I played one of my last tournaments, and even then the prize money got up to 25,000. It was more like a challenger, but it's still like a futures series. Anyways, I was playing this series of futures, and many times I would win these 2 or 3 matches in qualifying draw, and then you would get to main draw, and then you would have the most important match in your life. That's how it seemed at the time, because if you win that match, you get that one ATP point, and that was like a dream, especially if you never had it before. Like the first time I had a chance for it, it was just unreal, because everybody who is training professionally as a junior, you always striving to play ATP tournaments and get this ranking. Now, when you get to this main draw, and then of course you are like praying, you're praying to God, believing in God or not, whatever, you're always praying like, please give me a decent opponent where I have a decent chance. You know, please don't give me the first seed or one of the seeds. Like usually the first couple of seeds they're ranked like 300, 400 in the world, depending on the tournament. So they are pretty good. If you get to this level where you're like ranked 300 in the world, ATP, I'm talking about that, you are pretty much at the level that we watch on TV, except you're not as consistent, you're not so solid, your mentality maybe is not quite there, you're not as confident, but your strokes, your movement, it's pretty much the same. And on a good day, you could beat somebody who is top 100. I'm talking about players who are 300. On a good day, they could beat somebody top 100. So I'm saying it already gets quite high. And then you are focusing, you are praying, you're hoping you're not gonna have this bad draw. And then, okay, finally I got to the start of the story. You get the opponent who is maybe another qualifier, or it's one of the lower ranked players in the draw, and it's such a good opportunity. You're like, oh my God, yes. But then what happens? Because you get this chance, and you know it's such a rare chance, at least in this beginning, and you want it so badly, you start feeling huge pressure. You start feeling so nervous because you are so close. You just have to play one more good match and you will get this ranking. So I remember a few situations, a few tournaments where I was in this scenario and I had a good draw, and then it was just like, oh my God, I just need to play decent tennis and I have a chance, and I hope it happens. And then sometimes during the match you would think about it. The moment you start thinking what are you playing for or what is the whole occasion, the moment you step out of that moment, it's I don't want to say it's over, but it's like 5 times more difficult to perform at your normal level because your focus goes in a wrong direction, right? So yeah, talking about this, so it's not necessarily, it's, yeah, fear of losing. If you have this great chance, it's a big match, and you start thinking about what if I blew it, what if I don't use this chance, you will start feeling really, how to say, you will lose that confidence, you will not be in the moment. Yeah, anyways, like your thoughts will go in so many different directions. So I would say trying to trying to stay in the moment, being aware, of course, importance of the match, but simply focusing on whatever you came up with your tactics, whatever is your goal for the day. If you decided you want to play aggressively, you want to move well, you want to build a point like in aggressive way but smart way, so you're not rushing, you want to focus on your first serve percentage, things like this. You just focus on your plan, and then keep your routines, the routines you have in your trainings and your practice matches. You just put yourself in as familiar scenario as possible, and you have to be brave. That's what I figure out in these big matches where the opponents are good, and the higher you go the opponents are better, they will not give it to you. Very rarely I had a situation where it was a big match. very, very rarely I had a situation where it was a big match and then the opponent just gave it to me. It was always like I had to earn every single point. So you have to think, and your mind have to be like wired in such way that you have to go for it. There's no other way. So if you start holding back, if you start kind of, oh, I'm gonna just defend, I'm gonna be very, very passive, and let's see, I hope for the best, you have to go for it. So you have to shift your mindset that you can do it, of course, you're good enough, and you have to send this bold message to your opponent. I'm here to compete, to battle against you, and I'm not afraid of whatever is the situation. It's a big match. There are some spectators, a lot of things on the line. And how do you show that? With your body language, and also the way you play, right? You go for certain shots. You send this message that you are going for it, and then you are taking charge when you have a chance. All right. I don't know if guys, that was interesting to you, but that's the first thing I thought about, like when I wanted to share the experience. So the problem there, I wanted to attack the problem, like tackle the problem, which was big match pressure, and then the mindset, instead of holding back, instead of trying not to lose. So here, this is what kind of gave me this association to maybe connect with this comment I had about playing with fears of losing. Like, you should not think about losing, right? And trying not to lose. That's always difficult way to play. I'm not saying like you want to. You always have to play. You want to win. Winning is everything. I have to win. It's not. It's also not about I have to win. Again, it's more about focusing on your tactics, on your footwork, just doing the right thing and being in that zone. I would also say just enjoy it. Enjoy it, because when you want to have fun and when you want to enjoy it, you will also go for certain shots. You will kind of release that swing. You will not be afraid to miss, and you will know, like, if you miss, it's okay, as long as you can kind of self analyze and say, was it a good decision? Was it a good shot selection? And if yes, and you still missed, that's great. Whereas maybe it was a wrong decision, so next time I'm gonna be more careful with that shot instead of going for down the line. Today it's maybe not working. I'm gonna be a bit more careful, and I will try to give less easy points to the opponent. So something like that. But again, being more confident about your game, and yeah, I think that should help. So playing, definitely, playing for fun in the moment, and yeah, believing, remembering all the things you did, all the hard work you put in, all the hours, all the sessions, the fitness as well. That can give you some extra confidence. That should actually be the real confidence, because that's the built up confidence that you are prepared. And yeah, just have fun, play the way you want to play, of course, as long as it's aligned with the tactics, and you know who is your opponent, what kind of players they are. You did your kind of research, your homework, and just go for it. Go for it. And even if you lose, so I think this is also the key. You have to think, all right, even if I lose, so what? I think that's gonna take care of the part of fearing, having a fear of losing. You just tell yourself, even if I lose, so what? It's not gonna be end of the world. You will still do your normal things that day. You will have lunch or dinner. You will meet some friends. It's normal. life goes on. And yeah, it's definitely normal to lose. You have to accept it. So that's it. Just play, have fun. I went on a bit further, but I think it was useful. Hopefully, you got some good points there. I didn't read the comments before. All right, I'm gonna go back now in the chat. I see some questions. Somebody wants to join. Yeah, let's see if somebody wants to join and ask a question directly. We have this question: what brand do you recommend for one-handed backhand, especially sensitive elbow? I'm not the best for this kind of questions. One-handed backhand, but lots of injuries in elbow. Do you suggest specific setup? I can say because I'm playing with Wilson. I just know that Wilson Clash is a little bit softer racket, I would say. It's a bit more elastic, sort of. Maybe you can give it a try. Wilson Clash. Yeah. Clash. You can try that. For the other brands, I'm not sure, honestly. Are these best of 3 matches? Somebody asked the question. The matches I was playing are best of 3, yes. I never played best of 5. All right. Wilson Pro Stuff and Blade, which one is better? I would go for Blade, also a bit more elastic. Pro Stuff is a bit stiff for my taste. How long were you on the pro circuit? When did you walk away from it? A lot of sacrifices going pro. Thanks for the question. Oh, is it from the same person? Okay. No, Chun, yeah. I was playing futures first before I went to college, which was, wow. I think I started, 2004. I turned 18, and that's when I started playing this first futures, and that's when I won my first ATP point. 2004, 2005, I was competing, and then early to January 2006, I went to college, so didn't have much chance to play. And then when you go to college, you're basically out of tournaments. There's some rule actually you can play during the summer, right? Because you have a summer vacation, but you're not allowed to take the prize money or something like that. I don't remember if I played any tournaments because it was such a hard period when you're a college player or basically student athlete, which is 2 full-time jobs. You're a full-time student and also full-time player. And then when you get the summer holiday, you go home, you really just want to enjoy life. And then, yeah, I don't remember. I played some tournaments during that. But after college, I played for a couple of years as well. Without a coach, though, I just did everything on my own. It was super difficult. Traveled alone, maybe with some buddies, like also players, and it was quite tough. But I got some points, ATP points. Managed to get to quarterfinals of the future, and yeah, it was fun. And the question is, yeah, I. Phew, I stepped away from it. Oh yeah, then I went for master degree also. So during that period, I also didn't play, and then I had a few more. Sorry, it's the alarm for some medicine I'm taking for toes. I have some issue with toes. All right, sorry, I'm super tired. I'm trying to follow this talk, but it's very difficult and to answer all the questions. I played a few futures maybe like 5-6 years ago after being a coach for 7-8 years, and it was very difficult, especially here in Asia in the summertime. Insane. You cannot imagine the conditions. I don't want to like complain and stuff. It's just impossible if you're not really training in these conditions and also playing matches and you're not match tough. It's impossible. I went to play some tournaments in South China and also like more like Southern Asia. I went to, where was it? Kuala Lumpur as well, Malaysia, and then also Shenzhen. It was insane, impossible. Like you cannot breathe. You cannot breathe. Like every point, there's no way to play the next point without taking the break. Not 20, 30 seconds. You need more time. It's crazy. I've never experienced. You cannot breathe. Like the humidity level is 100%, and it's 37, 8 degrees. A real feel is close to 50. Like insane. But anyways, those matches didn't really leave me some great memories because it was just disaster to play. Very tough. I got a couple of wins. I even qualified for one tournament main draw, and even had a chance there first round. But yeah, it's tough. You have to play regular these tournaments. It's so hard to compete with these guys who are like just 30, 20, and they're so fit. All right, we have a few comments on YouTube. Oscar, I'm going to play a tournament, but I always tighten up when there is something on the line. Nice. I'll take your mind when losing it. Wow, thanks for the comments. These are great. They are aligned with our topic. Appreciate it. And did you use? Okay, we have volley. What exactly does soft hand mean? Anything for changing soft hands? All right, you're welcome. Video series for beginners. Thanks for the suggestions. I think we have a lot of videos that cover like first steps, learning the basics. Somebody is asking for video series for beginners. Yeah, check our YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, Ten Fitman on YouTube. We have so many videos for all the shots from the scratch. You can just search Ten Fitman from the scratch. That means at the very beginning. I think serve forehand and backhand for sure. Yeah, you can find that. Let me answer the question from Oscar. I really appreciate it. Tournament, you always tighten up when it's something online. I talked about this earlier. I don't know if you were present, and now we have only one person on YouTube. Oscar, is that you over there? If not, I don't know if I should answer, but I think this this is good for everybody. And it's again, we mentioned this earlier. It's so normal. It's a human nature to tighten up when there's something on the line. There are a few ways to combat that, and the number one is, I would say, just try to understand that this pressure or this kind of tightness that you feel, it's all coming from you. It's all coming from inside. There's nothing in that tournament or whatever you say, something on the line. It's nothing from there. It's all from you. You are creating. So that's the first thing. You kind of understand that, and that's a good thing because that means you can work on it, and you can, if not eliminate it, you can kind of reduce it, right? You can minimize it. And the way you can do that, the way you can reduce it, is by just accepting, all right, even if I don't perform my best, even if I lose, so what? You need to have this kind of mindset. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna care. It's just you will feel a bit maybe down, but it doesn't matter. It's normal. It's part of the game. So if it doesn't matter, right, then you can think like that. Then why do I even bother myself with this pressure? There's no need for pressure. That's one thing. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Number two, you want to think like, I will have a blast. I'm gonna have so much fun. I'm looking forward to this like it's a party. I'm going to a party. I'm going to see some friends. I'm going to do some fun games, some sports, something like that. I'm going to have fun. Let's enjoy it. Whatever. I'm gonna smile on the court. Even when I miss, I'm gonna smile because so what, right? Why are we here? Why are we playing this? Because we like this game and it's challenging. It attracted us, so let's just enjoy it. So that's two. Number three, you can always do breathing. Think about it. That always helps. Conscious breathing, focusing on that inhaling, exhaling. I think I talk about this in every live stream, but it's good. So really try. It helps so much to, yeah. And even if you're like you want to play for fun, it doesn't matter. By doing this breathing will help you and you're gonna actually perform better. So breathing, and that's three. And then I will give you even two more. The number four will be try to put yourself in this mindset like you are in a game, in terms of you're there to deliver a certain tactics, right? Or a strategy that you prepare beforehand, hopefully you kind of have the idea who are you playing against, and then you have some strategy, and then it's kind of a game. It's so fun. Are you able to execute? Are you able to apply whatever you prepared in your mind? So I think that's great. And you could do some visualization. For this is now actually number five. Number five is like visualize how you're playing your best and how you're having fun, how you're smiling on court, hitting some winners, and just think about it, imagine it, see everything very clearly. That can also help. And I will give you one more. It's actually number six. Push yourself to move like never before. Like that's the thing you can always control, regardless of how you feel, unless you're like super tired, unless your legs don't listen to you. But that's rarely the case. We sometimes feel frozen feet when we have the pressure, but that's just fake. You can always push yourself and you can always move better. So when you do that, you will also perform better. So there you go. I hope that helps, Oscar. Not sure if he was there. Probably not, because there's just one person. One person on YouTube. Guys, how come? All right. And then we had, yeah, the question, how do you take your mind? How do you take your mind? This is the phrasing is a bit weird. When losing game. Okay, so this is either when you're playing and then you're kind of in the middle of the match when you're losing. It's never over. Play 1 point at a time. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It doesn't matter. And do all these things. Basically, you can just do everything I just talked about. Focus on breathing, do your tactics, push yourself to move better. It doesn't matter. So even if you lose, and if it's after the match you lost, same thing. It doesn't matter. Even though I really hated when my dad used to tell me after a match, when I would lose, right, I would be so down and so depressed almost, and not really motivated to do much. He would always tell me, "Hey, cheer up, boy. There's gonna be plenty of battles." We have this expression in Serbia. It goes something like that. Uh, there will be plenty of days for new battles. In Serbian is biće dana za Megdana. Honestly, I really hated to hear that because it never made me feel better. He always would say that because he would believe it's gonna make me feel better, right? Oh, don't worry, it's just one match a day. You're gonna have so many matches, so there's gonna be plenty of days. But in that moment, it didn't. It never worked because I still feel like shit. Yeah, I know I'm gonna have a match in 2 weeks, but right now it's disaster. But it's true. You're gonna have many more chances. I think the same is like in dating and stuff. We're going a little bit off the topic, but I think it's exactly the same. If you ever had these issues in dating, or if you're a guy with girls or girl with guys, and then you have this one special person, a crush, and then it just doesn't go your way, or they're not really interested, they show lack of interest, and they somehow what is it, like maybe ghost you, or I don't know what else, and then somebody tells you, hey, it's just one, that's just one girl, that's just one guy, there's so many others. That doesn't help in that moment. I think it's the same with the tennis and the matches. But if I were, let's say, if I think like I'm a player, and then what I would like to hear from a coach that maybe makes you feel better in that moment, it's tough. I don't think there is much that can make you feel. You just have to go through that period of, yeah, accepting it, and then maybe do something fun. Maybe completely switch your mindset from tennis and do something you really enjoy, a part of it. Or if they tell you, but if it's true, right? If you played great, and if you put all the effort there, and you committed, and you behaved well, if they kind of give you some compliments, that feels nice. So, but it depends, right? I think the good coach should always be very honest, very open, but also they should be aware of when to say certain things. I think sometimes players need a little bit time after the match. Maybe they don't want to be immediately like bombarded with all the advice and maybe critiques, positive feedback, and stuff like that. But anyways, I think that was pretty useful, pretty fun. There's always another match. Just stay healthy. That's true. Did we have another? Yes, 1 point at a time. Yeah, that's where we come back. It can help no matter what level one is playing at. Yes. Here you talk about the mental aspect. Yeah, appreciate it. All the questions. I hope this was useful, this topic, and if so, show me with a few thumbs up. That would be nice. Are you in Hong Kong? Did you play in Vietnam? No. I was actually planning to go to Hong Kong, but the plans changed, unfortunately. So we'll see, maybe some other time. And that's it, guys. My dinner is waiting for me right here from Super Bowl Superfoods, crafted your way. This is not paid commercial. It's a local restaurant. I have a few restaurants. I ordered this healthy salads, healthy meals. So I'm starving right now. I did like 1 hour of swimming intervals. It's crazy how much that drags the energy out of you. I did not accept the people who wanted to join. Oh my god, I feel a little bit guilty. Let me try. I don't know if they're still there. I will try with Roman, but we have to go very quick. Unless he's already out, then I'm gonna call it a day here. It's been 38 minutes. I actually told myself, let's do a quick one today, 15, 20 minutes. It's impossible. I just start talking, but as long as it gives some value to one person out there, one person out there. As I can see, I see a few thumbs up. Appreciate it. So hopefully it was good. I think Roman is not there, or he's shy, but regardless, I'm gonna call it for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, contributing to this live, and yeah, I wish you have a great day and a great evening. Here it's 9:24 p.m. I'm currently in Shanghai, Shanghai, China. All right, guys, that's it. So next time you play a match, no worries. It's all good. Whatever happens, it doesn't matter. Have fun, enjoy it, play the way you like to play, but also be smart. Have some tactics, follow that, prepare as much as you can, do the visualization. Then you can see yourself playing well and smiling and enjoying. What else? Breathing. Work on the breathing. Be always aware of that. Have some routines during the match that can help you to bring yourself in the moment, and push yourself to move well. That's always under your control. Footwork, movement, always under your control. And I think I covered all of these tips. So But I would say number one, have fun, enjoy. That's it. I'll see you next Thursday for our next live stream. All right, take care.